Hey everybody, it's Greg. We've been talking audio production. Last time we just started up a basic Pro Tools session, inserted a few instrument tracks, and went through the startup process. We don't have very much in our session though. It looks pretty bare. No actual instruments on our instrument tracks yet, and so we've got to solve that. And we might as well get to it and jump into Pro Tools. And yeah, there we go. And here we are in the edit window again. We see our track information down the left-hand side, and here's where we would see our song information if we had any in here at the moment. If I hit Command equals, it takes me around to the mix window, and this is where we can insert our instrument plugins. This area here where it says insert, if I click with my mouse button, hold it down, and go to instruments, this will show me a list of instruments active on my system. And I'm going to show you some instruments that come standard with Pro Tools, starting with Mini Grand. So I've inserted the instrument now, and if I push down a couple of keys on my keyboard controller, you can see that we have audio signal here, but we can't hear it yet. Why can't we hear it? I need to talk for just a second about this section labeled I/O that stands for input and output. Pro Tools doesn't try very much just to guess where you might want audio to go. And if you need audio to go somewhere other than normal, you need to tell Pro Tools to do that. And in the beginning, some people don't really have a lot of the concept of input and output and virtual wiring and all of that, find this a bit confusing, but it's really powerful feature, and the routing within Pro Tools is just extremely flexible, more so than most other programs that I've worked with, and I've really come to enjoy it. This whole thing here is basically a virtual mixer that we can make work any way we want to, and there's just a lot of cool things that you can do with that. So the way I set up my sessions is I always send all of my audio through a master channel of some kind, and here I have set up an aux channel to send all of my instruments through. An aux channel is just a pipeline for audio to go through. We're just going to send audio through it. It doesn't generate any sound. Audio is just going to pass through it. So I do need to set up the output, so that the output is going to go into my video capture software, and then in this case I'm going to set the input of that channel to bus 127, 128. What is a bus? It's just a virtual wire, okay? So if I come over here now to our instrument channels and send the output of those channels to bus 127, 128, now we should be able to hear our audio. So, all right. I'm going to show you a few other instruments that come standard with Pro Tools. A second one would be vacuum, which is just kind of a old style analog synth, and that's not it. I have to deselect, and there we go. A lot of fun to play with. I can take you through what all these different knobs do, and I use vacuum quite a bit, and just enjoy shaping sounds in there. Another instrument that comes with Pro Tools is Expand, and Expand is kind of actually a rack of instruments. If you click this little down triangle here, it will show you all the different sounds that you can pick from. It's preloaded right now with just a breathy pad sound, and we have two different ways we can use this instrument. We can layer sounds together to give them more dimension. So if I wanted, I could pick a different pad layer here, and layer those together so you get the idea of that. The other thing that we could do is assign a unique MIDI channel to each of these and use this as a whole rack of separate instruments. Getting into MIDI is a little bit beyond what we want to do right now. ProTools also comes with Boom, which is just a little drum machine. And you can change the pattern of these, change the drum kit, and you can get in here and change some different aspects of each of the sounds. ProTools also comes with just a little drawbar organ, and if I click over here, we can see some other instruments that are active on my system. ProTools comes with a small selection of very capable instruments, but ProTools is really a commercial software, and they really do expect you to go out and buy what you want. And so I have some cool instruments from Native Instruments, Massive, and Battery, and Reactor, that I really enjoy working with. FM8 is great too, and then also Element, which is from Waves, which is another old style analog synthesizer that's a lot of fun to play with as well. So at this point, we have some instruments in our session, and we can go back here, and if we want to start recording something, and okay, and you see that our MIDI information has gone in here, and if I double click on this, it'll actually show me the individual notes. Command equal, I can go back, and I'm going to go ahead and delete that. One thing that I didn't hear was anything that would give me a reference to the beat or the tempo of the song. And so if I go up here to track, I can create a click track, and that'll insert a click track or a metronome into my session. Missed the pedal there, but you get the idea. So we're really ready to program here. I'm going to go have a little bit of fun with these instruments, and we'll come back and take a look at what that looks like.